Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name's Dan with Mandoreen Productions. Today I want to talk about the Nintendo NX, which is Nintendo's next generation platform. Now, there's been a lot of rumors floating around about what it is and what it isn't over the past few months. Today I want to discuss a few of the main theories that people are expecting it will be, as well as some of my hopes and expectations and what Nintendo can do better with the NX than what they did with the Wii U. Now, we'll preface this by saying I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I've had every console besides the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy Pocket, and the Virtual Boy, and I've had many iterations of every handheld device, including the Game Boy Micro, the Game Boy Advance SP, and the SP Remake with the brighter screens, Nintendo DS, DS Lite, 3DS Original, 2DS, 3DS XL, Wii U, Wii, GameCube. I've had them all, so I'm a huge fan. But there's some things I'd like to see Nintendo improve on. Now, with the new 3DS XL, we have a great system with a lot of support, more third parties, more sales, larger gaming install base. Now, with the Wii U, there's a lot of great games, not a ton of third party support, and coincidentally, because they don't have as many sales, there's a lot less gamers, even compared to the Xbox One, and especially compared to the PlayStation 4. Now, one of the prevailing rumors about the NX is that it's going to be a crossover between a handheld and a home console. Now, what exactly that looks like, I'm not sure, and nobody really will know until Nintendo comes out and talks more about it, hopefully during this summer's E3. And some people expect the NX to be out as soon as November 2016. Now, some people have also said that the handheld component of the NX will be sold separately from the home console, and that possibly the gaming library will be some sort of iCloud service where you can download games. Now, of course, these are all rumors and speculations, but it's just fun to think about what might happen. Additionally, we have rumors saying that the NX might work with consoles like the Sony PlayStation 4. Now, if it's going to be a system that allows you to use your own smart device, I think that's a brilliant idea, but I think they also would need to have a dedicated handheld device for it as an option. Now, personally, I'd prefer to have something like my 3DS to use with the NX, or a new handheld device to use with the NX, but I think from a marketing standpoint and from a sales standpoint, Nintendo would be smart to incorporate smartphones with the NX, especially as they're moving into the smartphone game territory. They could get a much larger group of people interested, and they'd also be still appealing to their lower priced gaming demographic. Now, I think it's a possibility, this is just me totally speculating, but it's a possibility that Nintendo makes their own handheld and also has some sort of plug-in device for USB or lightning bolt that will be a physical control overlay or a shell casing for your handheld device that would allow you to use your iPhone or Android device to play with the NX and actually have physical controllers rather than just using touchscreen stuff. Again, total speculation. Now, based on the concept that the 3DS has more sales than the Wii U and some other gaming consoles at the time, I think it's a smart idea to merge the handheld with the home console, and that way possibly sort of even out the number of players on each device, or bring more players over to the home console that are previously only handheld gamers. Now, if the handheld device is dependent on the home console to function and vice versa, I think Nintendo is making a huge misstep. I think each device should be able to function without the requirement of the other one, at least in some limited capacity. Because if they tie them both together and the system flops, then they're essentially eating up both of their markets, and that'll really push them down the drain. I think it would be a huge benefit if you had the option of playing the 3DS or the handheld version device on the go and then saving your progress and then being able to continue on the home console or the NX, much like games like Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate did with the 3DS and Wii U. One thing that Nintendo's going to need right out of the gate is a really, really strong launch. They need to have several other biggest franchises right up front, ready to go. And they also need not just the promises of third-party support, but they need third-party support there to begin with, to have a really good impression. If they don't have this, people are going to be way more critical based on the fact that the Wii U was the last thing they tasted from Nintendo, and now this new system is seeming to follow a similar trend. They need to have a lot of good games right at the start. It can't just be one good title and a bunch of other throwaway garbage. They want to have the best stuff, so they're setting the expectation for the rest of the console's life. They can't wait a year or two to have 5 good games for the thing to play. They need to have system sellers up front combined with third-party support. Another thing Nintendo's going to need right out of the gate is a good title. We can't have another Wii. This can't be the Wii X or the Wii Z. Lil Weezy. No, we can't have a title like that. We need something that's more definitive and easily identifiable to all markets, including the United States, especially where these titles like the Wii have been ridiculed, and the branding with the Wii U had confused many people, thinking it was just a peripheral for the Wii, and it's just not good. Whoever's doing their naming over there needs to be fired or needs to be sit down and talked to, because these titles are ridiculous. We need something like the NX. The NX would be even clearer. I mean, there's already so many people that know what the NX is. Before they called the Wii, they called it the Revolution. That was a title that made sense because they were doing something new and they followed through with it. So I don't know what other titles they could use for the NX, but I think that I'd be happy if it was just the NX, honestly. So we'll see what they do with it, but I'm really hoping they cut ties with the Wii brand. Just stop confusing people. Put something new out there so people actually know it's new. I'm oftentimes a gamer who tends to get these consoles that come out close to the time they launch, and for the past couple generations I've been a little disappointed, honestly, especially with the Wii U. Even the 3DS had a hard launch where there wasn't much that came out for the first year or two for the device. And that just can't be the case with this. If it is the case, I'm definitely not going to be an early adopter, and I'm going to have to be really impressed by whatever they do with this system to be buying it even in the first year. Even if there's a good price point and it's cheaper than everything else, I need to see that Nintendo has changed in some way, have a better understanding of what gamers need and how the market has changed. They can't just keep going their own way and expect people to always follow them. You know, even great artists sometimes mess up. Now, with all this being said, I'm really excited to see the unveiling of the final concept, at least, and I'm hoping it's at E3 this summer for 2016. Only time will tell. Again, all these are speculations. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I'm really rooting for them, but I need to see the evidence that Nintendo understands people who play games and what they require in this day and age. So let me know what you think down below, what you expect the console will be. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I just really hope that this NX turns out as good as I'm dreaming of. So leave a comment down below, like and subscribe. If you want to see more Nintendo videos, just leave me a comment down below because I don't often talk about them, but if people are interested in this, I'll continue to do it. So thanks for watching. Peace out.